Today, we're going to look at 3 skills which secretly got some of the biggest boosts in the game with the 2.4 patch, and these are the Amazon passive skills Dodge, Avoid, and Evade. Before 2.4, these skills were somewhat frowned upon because they were prone to interrupting your actions, even to the point where high investments could lock you down and kill you more than save you. With the patch though, this interruption effect was fixed for the most part, and made it a much more stable inclusion in a number of Amazon builds. As far as how these 3 skills work, there's a few quirks, such as fanaticism increasing the actual dodge speed, though that is less important since the patch, but it can still help when affected by slowing effects. There is also an interesting extra layering mechanic since all 3 of these trigger last, as in it will check your defense and blocking before it ever considers dodging, and they are all checked separately, meaning you can reach some pretty ridiculously high levels of attack evasion whenever you stack them all up exceptionally high. Though, each of the 3 has its own specialty, with dodge providing its evasion chance when you're standing still and being attacked by melee targets, which is pretty handy for stationary Amazons that are not running from target to target, but are still in the thick of things, and doubly important for fridge builds like the Warrior Princess and Daggerzon builds. Avoid is pretty similar, but works against ranged attacks rather than melee attacks, meaning it will protect you from things like archers and blow dart flares, though again, as a stationary skill, you do need to be using a build that is standing still for it to be super useful, so you'll see this one favored more on Javazons and Boazons that attack at a range themselves. And finally, Evade is the ultimate version of these skills, functioning while only walking or running and still maintaining the defense and block checks first, though obviously while running these will be tiny, so you'll see people sometimes walking to get the most out of it. And since it works while moving, it functions on pretty much any build that wants to be mobile, which is, well, most builds. And the fact that it works on both ranged and melee attacks makes it exceptionally useful. Generally though, it's pretty rare to punch any of these skills over 50 to 60% evasion effect unless you are building a very specific purpose, since avoiding attacks does not help you kill enemies faster, and you can generally spend the spare points elsewhere, though these are worth investing a couple of extra points into if you're doing particularly tough builds to play. Just be aware that the diminishing returns will hit hard, with dodge and evade capping at 65% and avoid capping at 75%, but we're talking level 60 to hit those percents. Another reason to keep these in mind, such as opting to use plus all skills for them, rather than using strictly plus javelin or plus bow, is that these skills are passed on to your Valkyrie, so by having points in them, rather than relying on the auto summon of peace or plus skills from harmony, you will see your Valkyrie become significantly tankier. In short, don't be afraid to invest in them because you read in an older guide where it said they were interruption nightmares. That is fixed in 2.4 and makes them actually viable 1-point wonders with plus skill considerations. So do you use your passive skills very often as Amazon, or do you just super dump into skills like Lightning Fury, Charge Strike, or Multishot? Mention it down below, and as always, keep gaming, have fun, and peace out. This has been Alzorath. Bye.